Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope that y'all are doing well. Happy March. I thought we were out of winter, but we're not, so that's sad. But I am here today with the second part of the intermittent fasting video. I made that video, it got really great feedback, but you guys had some extra questions, so I wanted to address those today so that you can figure out whether intermittent fasting is right for you. Really quick plug. One of my mentors and a really great role model of mine, who's also a Cornell and Kappa Delta alumni, is trying to get her book to be published through Kindle Scout. If I have the link to that below, please go check that out. It takes a couple minutes to nominate, or like a few seconds to nominate, and you can read the excerpt, and it's really good, and I'm trying to help her achieve her dreams, so please check that out really quickly. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing that I wanted to touch on a little bit more in depth is kind of what intermittent fasting does for you. We all know the number one rule about losing weight is that you want to get rid of more calories than you take in. But a lot of times when people talk about losing weight, they don't realize that they're also talking about losing muscle, not just losing fat. Basically, by having more muscle mass, you increase your metabolism, including your resting metabolic rate, aka your basal metabolic rate, which is how many calories you generally burn at rest. And so we really don't want to be getting rid of muscle, because then we're kind of a little counterintuitive to the whole weight loss thing. So how do you target just fat? Like, the idea of this is behind intermittent fasting is focusing on fat loss, not necessarily weight loss. As we all know from all of our biology classes, when you eat food, your body takes that food and breaks it down into the nutrients that it needs in order to fuel your brain, your muscles, your organs, and then whatever is left over from after fueling all of those things is turned into fat and stored to be used as energy at a later time. The problem is that now that food is readily available to us, we never really give our body the opportunity to dip into those fat stores and to use that fat as energy. So the idea behind intermittent fasting is that you're giving your body the opportunity to break into these fat stores instead of just using the energy that you're from the food that you're eating. So by doing either the 16 and 8 or 24-hour fast, not only do you give your body a chance to use that fat, but also over time you increase your body's ability to use fat efficiently. So overall, it is a really great option for fat loss if that is one of your fitness goals. I had a lot of questions about my personal experience with intermittent fasting. I started intermittent fasting, I think it was last June or July. I'd read a lot about it. I kept seeing it pop up on Instagram and on YouTube, and I was really curious, and so I talked to my personal trainer about intermittent fasting. But I had always been a breakfast eater. Like, every single morning I had oatmeal and fruit. I love breakfast. I still love breakfast. In case you've watched my videos, you probably know this. I was like, how the heck am I gonna go without breakfast? Like, as I talked about in my last video, one of the ways that you can get used to intermittent fasting is by shifting your eating times an hour every day. I didn't do that. I just went cold turkey and started eating at noon. And the first week was rough, I'm not gonna lie. I was really hungry and I was like, I'm about to die. Other than that, it was fine. It wasn't that bad. It was just kind of like, intermittent fasting is so much also a mind over matter mentality. It's the same as working out. Like, if you go to the gym and you aren't focused on your goals and you're doing a deadlift and you're like, wow, I'm in pain and this sucks, and you're not, like, if you're not focusing on the fact of what it's doing for you, you're gonna be miserable. So with intermittent fasting, it was kind of like an exciting experiment that I wanted to see what was going to happen, if I was going to see results, if I wasn't going to see results, if I could stick to it. It kind of was a little bit of like, ooh, can I do this new eating pattern? You know, not enough things in life are exciting, so I had to change my eating. Whatever. Once I got through the first week, I actually didn't really have an issue with hunger at all. I actually felt really a lot more energized. And it was really interesting too, because then whenever I did get hungry, I never had that kind of like, I'm going to die if I don't eat something sort of feeling, which I used to get really hangry, so this was a new sensation for me. But my body, it also, like, insulin stabilization is something that happens with intermittent fasting. It really, for me, was a great option. I definitely noticed fat loss. I was very lean last summer, and then when I actually started, I was a little bit lenient with intermittent fasting last semester when I was in DC, but then as soon as I started picking it back up again, I lost my body fat, like my body fat percentage dropped again. I don't follow strict intermittent fasting. I do have coffee in the morning, so a lot of people say that you shouldn't have anything. I have coffee. I need my coffee. Like, you know, you took away my breakfast, let me have my coffee. So another frequently asked question was, can you work out while you're in a fasted state? And yes, actually, I wouldn't recommend doing like a super heavy lift necessarily, but trying to do fasted cardio. If I do HIIT when I'm in a fasted state, I like slim way down. Like, I just am like, next day I'm like, oh, I see my abs, but that's fun. So So this video is very brief, but I just kind of wanted to touch on a couple of points that I might have missed in my first video. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to let me know either through Instagram, comment below, or Snapchat, or Twitter, or smoke signals, whatever is your forte. So, but thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!